What's up, y'all? This Relly all back on another video. Yes, and today we're gonna have a little fun talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers by talking about some potential wish list players that we may eye, who we should eye. You know, just have fun. Like, let's look at some targets that the Cleveland Cavaliers could potentially shop for, or maybe not. Just, you know, let's see. You get what I'm saying? But before we get into the video, I need you to smash that subscribe button. And if you are already subscribed to my channel, share it to somebody who ain't subscribed, because with y'all, I know I can get there. And when y'all are done with that, I need you to hover over to that like button. And I need you to smash that too, so we can tell the YouTube algorithm to share this video with the world. But with all that being said, though, let's talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, these trade rumors, these trade ideas. Let's talk about the Cavs, man. And before I really start talking about the trade ideas, I want to look at this tweet from Greg Schwartz, who was heads up. This is what this video was inspired by. This is his wish list I really wanted to make the video about. But I want to talk about the Cavs first, because the Cavs has been defensive ghosts. They've been defensive monsters. They've been tiring out people. They've been slowing down people. They've been ghosts. They've been dogs. In the words of DG, they have been some dogs. You get what I'm saying? I'm liking what I'm saying from Isaac Okoro. I'm glad I've told people, just hold up, just give them a little chance to settle in. Everybody been shooting bad. Isaac Okoro seems more confident shooting threes. Yes, his percentage need to get better, but he's confident. And that's what I've always liked about Isaac Okoro. He's confident. And when he sees the paint, oh, he's punching it, right? He's punching it on somebody. Jared Allen's taking more mid-range jumpers. Kevin Love seems a lot more enthusiastic when it comes to offense, or in just the playing in general. Even Evan Mobley's taking more post-ups. He seems a little bit more confident as a first-year rookie. You know what I'm saying? The Cavs has a lot of potential, and this is why we say they're going to make it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They will make it to the playoffs. And when you look at the next 10 games for the Cavaliers, you got to get excited, because it's like, man, the Cavs really can extend this win streak. You get what I'm saying? Like, we got the Bulls tonight, right? And that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. The Bucks is going to be a challenge, but everybody else on this list right here are beatable. These are games Cleveland should win based off of what the Cavs has been showing us so far this season. You get what I'm saying? Even if they wasn't showing us, we would have faith in our Cavs to beat these teams. You get what I'm saying? You know, maybe we fight with the Knicks. Maybe we fight with the Bucks. You get what I'm saying? Because that is, you know, a championship team. Knicks are a playoff contending team. You know, the Bulls are looking like a legitimate playoff team as well, especially when healthy. But everybody else on that list I showed you are beatable. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I like the Cavs, because they are showing that they can be competitive with anybody. They should be competitive with some playoff contending team, championship teams. And this is why we are excited for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But I know before I get rambling, I got to talk about this list, this wish list about players we should potentially look at and who may work on the Cleveland Cavaliers too. You get what I'm saying? Because I know I'm never going to talk about it if I don't start now. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I looked at this list for the first time, I had to look at it 2 and 3 more times, because I realized I really like this list. And a lot of the players on this list are either players that was in trade rumors for the Cleveland Cavaliers, or players we should be eyeing. You get what I'm saying? Or both. You get what I'm saying? Like Brandon Ingram, right? He was one of those players that was both. I feel like we should get Ingram. The only thing about Brandon Ingram is he is more than likely not in the trade market. You get what I'm saying? We got to be realistic with ourselves. It doesn't make sense for David Griffin to trade Brandon Ingram when he doesn't know how Zion Williamson is going to come back and if he's going to demand a trade. Because if he demands a trade and you traded Brandon Ingram, you're definitely getting fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way around that, right? Then Buddy Hield. I think Buddy Hield would be a great asset for the Cavs. The only problem with him, though, is his contract. So we would have to trade a big contract, huge contract. And the only ones we truly have that would make sense is Lauri Markkanen and Kevin Love. But realistically, I think Lauri Markkanen would be the one that gets traded for Buddy Hield. I guess Colin Sexton technically would be a third option, but he would have to get extended first. Eric Gordon would be a really good option too, because he's a shooter, he's a vet. Same thing with Buddy Hield. I think Buddy and Eric Gordon would go hand in hand in terms of players that would be necessary for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I just think right there with once again with Eric Gordon, I think he would be a legitimate player to have. Now, I've been hearing people and YouTubers say that Eric Gordon could potentially get waived. That might be tough, because I do feel like he could go for a first-round pick. But hey, man, a lot of amazing things has happened in the NBA, man. And then you got Kenrich Williams, which I'm not going to speak on him too much because I don't have the best knowledge or intake about his game. But what I'm seeing in terms of highlights and the small footage I've seen, he do seem like a decent 3-and-D guy. And he would, if Kobe Altman really wanted him, he would probably be the safest bet for us for another small forward because he's cheap. I don't think he would put us in a situation where we get taxed for Kenrich, you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, he would give us a player to show us what we need at the position. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, he does give us shooting, which I've been preaching forever that we can use on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And he's a decent age, 27, But you can take players that age when you have a young roster who just needs a couple more seasoned players in the league, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers is in a situation where they can take on a player like him. I think it makes sense for us, right? If you were to do this, realistically, if we going off like players I would prefer Brandon Ingram. But if I'm realistic, I think the players we would truly be able to get before the trade deadline would either be Kenrich or Buddy Hield. I think Eric Gordon kind of. If the waiver wire thing is true, I think he would be in a situation where he might go to a championship contender team, mainly because he's at a point of his career where I think he might want to ring chase. But I do think Eric Gordon would listen to the Cleveland Cavaliers because we're in a situation where we are contending for a playoff spot. And me personally, I just don't know where Eric Gordon's head is at. But I feel like if I'm going off of a assumption, I think he is trying to ring chase at this point in his career. You get what I'm saying? I just think that makes sense for us. But down in the comments too, I want y'all to tell me, who do y'all want out of this list? Do y'all want Ingram? Do y'all want Karis LeVert, who I don't even think I mentioned actually? Do y'all want Buddy Hield, Eric Gordon, or Kenrich? You get what I'm saying? Because I think all of them are pretty interesting options for us, right? Even Harrison Barnes, who is not on this list, I think he would be intriguing for us. Or even Andrew Wiggins, if he were to become available from the Warriors, I think he would be an even more intriguing name for the Cleveland Cavaliers because we desperately need a wing player, and I think he would be decent. His contract would be huge, right? So we would have to give up some assets for sure. But I do think if we get a small forward, I don't think we should. I think it's a certain age limit we should go for a small forward, just to make sure he meshes with the core, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? For some reason, it just dawned on me that I do say, do you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot. Like, I did not realize that until I got to this part for some reason. I do not know why I say it so much, but I respect y'all for lasting this long and just hearing me say, you get what I'm saying, once again. But let's end the video with Dejounte Murray, because I do think Dejounte Murray would be a very intriguing player, especially since it's on his list, because I do think Dejounte Murray would be very beneficial for the Cavs. The only problem is the Spurs probably got a very high price tag on him, and I feel like the assets we'd have to give up for Dejounte Murray would not be worth it. Is he a good player? Would he benefit a lot of different teams? Absolutely. But is the Cleveland Cavaliers in position to give up them assets? No. Why? Because we are already playoff contending team, and we just want to see how our young guys play as of right now. So I don't think Dejounte Murray is a player we should aim for. If it's a low deal, yes. But if it's the price I think in my mind, I don't really think it's realistic for the Cavs right now to make that deal. You get what I'm saying? I tried to stop doing that. But down in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this. Do y'all want Dejounte? Do y'all like Harrison? Is it a player I haven't even named that wasn't even on the list? Tell me down in the comments below, and let me know who y'all want on the Cavs.
That's Atlantis with that money.